Paul.
Good to be here.
Thank you for coming in.
Good to be here.
Let's talk about Rick Santorum. I noticed yesterday when he gave his speech, he never really endorsed Mitt Romney. Did you think that was a bit of a snub?
Well, not really in this sense. I have a hunch right now there's conversations going on between the Santorum camp and Romney camp about what's in it for me if I endorse you. And we'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll never become public, but I'm sure there could be an offer of a cabinet position or maybe the vice presidency.
What do you
probably
think?
A stretch. I think that's a bit of a stretch, frankly.
Well, doesn't he need all those
He does
conservatives
need those.
on his
Although what's
in his
interesting
camp?
here, you know, we're going to hear a lot of conversation in the weeks to come about the vice presidency.
Yeah.
It's what I call fantasy football for political junkies.
Yes.
The reality is, for all the speculation we're going to hear, it doesn't matter much. If you take a look at past elections, it's really hard to find very many elections that have been determined by.
It can hurt you, though.
It can hurt you.
With Sarah
Palin,
Palin,
that
I
was
think it got
certainly a
hurt him.
disaster.
Who would your money be on right now for vice president? There's a, they're talking about that senator from Florida.
Yeah, if I had to pick one name,
Rubio?
Marco Rubio probably.
Yeah.
But again, there's going to be names tossed out for the next 2 or 3 months all over the place.
They certainly need somebody from the right, to help him with the base.
With the base, they do. Although to win the election in November, you got to move to the middle. And the reality is, the right is probably going to support Romney, although reluctantly anyhow. They're not going to go for Obama.
How do you think Michigan will fare, Romney or Obama, when the election is?
Well, I think it's going to be a contest between Romney's home state versus the auto bailout issue. And
Right.
I think the auto bailout may carry a little more weight.
Yeah.
Michigan's been a bit more of a Democratic state on the presidential level for a while. And again, I think the auto bailout is probably going to give Obama the advantage. But again, we're certainly going to hear about Romney's home state roots in Michigan here.
Conventional wisdom would be right now that Obama would win the election against Romney. Is there any scenario that you think that Romney could win this whole thing?
Oh, certainly. You take a look at the electoral votes, you go state by state, and it gets very, very close. Yeah, the national polls do show Obama ahead by a decent margin, but certainly 7 months is a long, long time in politics. And again, you look at the electoral picture, it gets a lot closer. So it's going to be a competitive election, I think.
Paul Rozycki, always a pleasure to talk to you. You're always interesting when you come on here.